Hi, if you're new here, welcome to my channel or welcome back. I'm Rakshita, and as you can read by the title, today I'm going to recreate the Vogue Sonam Kapoor's makeup look. And so, yeah, let's get into it.
Hi, I'm Sonam. Today I'm doing the easiest thing that I can do to look glamorous, which is typical 90s Bollywood style makeup, which is it's like this smudgy brown around the eyes and there's kajal inside the eyes.
If you're wondering why I'm constantly looking down, it's because the video is playing on my laptop.
It was made super famous by this makeup artist called Vicky Contractor, who is an institution, and he's amazing, and he taught this to me, and so I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do an amazing red lip, and I'm gonna look like a typical Indian Bollywood actress. Okay, so let's start. So now let's start with my skincare. I'm going to do vitamin C, so I just take it and then pat it on my skin and do it on my neck.
Okay, so I love that she's starting her routine with vitamin C. That's what even I actually do. So let's start with that. So the vitamin C that I use is by Plum. It's the 15% vitamin C serum. Let's start with that. I take 2 drops of it. Not a lot, because I feel like it tends to kind of make my face a little sticky. And to give a little background, I have really dry skin, but I also like to change up my makeup given on the weather conditions, and as of now in Mumbai it's freaking hot and humid, so I'll try to keep my makeup as light as I can. This serum is just that, it's really light and it absorbs really easily into my skin and does not leave a very sticky finish to it. So yeah, let's move on to the next step.
Do a little bit of moisturizer. This is another one of my doctors, Dr. Lancer, who is in LA, who's great, and it's this method moisturizer that I use, which is great. I also put it under my eyes because you can use this under your eyes as well. As an actor,
okay, so next she's going in with the moisturizer, and the one that I'm gonna use as of now is the Cosrx Snail Mucin. Now this is, I would say, a very light moisturizer. Like I said, I like to keep my makeup light during the summers. So yeah, this is what I'll be going in with. However, on a daily basis, since my skin, like I mentioned, is really dry, I would usually go for CeraVe moisturizing cream because that is my holy grail. It is very moisturizing. However, for this makeup tutorial, I would go with the Cosrx Snail Mucin. So I'm gonna take 2 pumps of this again. So it depends from person to person. For me, 2 pumps works really well because it covers my face without applying any excess product to it, and then I take it down on the neck as well. And Cosrx, the Mucin serum that I'm using, this serum is what I've noticed, it makes my skin really supple and light. So I also like to apply it at night before going to sleep, so when I wake up in the morning it's very soft and bouncy. However, I also like to include it as a part of my makeup routine, especially when I'm looking for a lighter base serum. So this is perfect for it.
using a little bit of sunblock, which is really important. I mix my sunblock with Dr. Strom's anti-pollution drops, especially on the forehead. I like to put on my nose. I have a lot of.
So next she's going in with sunscreen with some pollution drops. So since I don't have those pollution drops, I'm going to be using something that I include in my makeup routine anyway, that is retinol, and I would be mixing that with my sunblock. So the sunblock that I've been recently using is this one. It's by Dr. Shades, and if you guys know, this is one of the really good sunblocks that I've used, and I was really surprised by it. And it doesn't leave a white cast, and which had been my problem with a lot of sunscreens before. Also, it's really light, so that's a win for me. Another thing, like I mentioned, I'm going to use the minimalistic retinol 0.3%, and I'm going to mix these two and apply.
So I'm going to take a little plop of that and mix my retinol with it, just like 3 little pumps, and then I'm going to mix the same and apply.
I'm really liking her routine so far because of how much effort goes in prepping the base before applying your makeup, which I think is really important if you want your makeup to sit really well. And I'm gonna take it under my eyes, and yeah. Okay, this has made my skin really glowy. I could just go out like this and not even do my makeup, but then yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next step.
I use coconut oil on my lips. It's this like really cool Indian brand called Forest Essentials, and I use that on my lips, and sometimes I use them on my eyebrows or my eyelids, and I like it. Done.
Okay, so I'm gonna be going in with, instead of coconut oil, what I really use on an everyday basis before I go to sleep is the OG Vaseline, because I feel like this does the same job as coconut oil in terms of like helping you glide any lipstick or lip liner on your lips, and before you apply any product, it by the time moisturizes the lips, so it glides really easily.
I have horrible dark circles and lots of like brown spots around my face. So I have this corrector that I like to use, which is an orange corrector. I don't find many products.
Okay, so she's going in with the concealer, and I'm going to use this e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer in the matte finish. Now, e.l.f. Cosmetics is something that is bomb. They have products which are cheap. I wouldn't say exactly really cheap, but yeah, they would come in the drugstore category, but the quality of their makeup is really good. So this is one of the drugstore products that I think you should have on your watch list. So for me, how I apply my concealer is obviously I'm going to dot a little bit here, especially near the top areas of my nose, because I feel that's where I have a lot of pigmentation. Then I add it a little bit on the edges here as well, for that lifted sort of a look. And then I like to add it here and around the fine lines, the smile lines of my face. And then I'm going to add it also on this pimple, which has been on my face since a while now. And then I'm going to add a 3-dotted sort of a thing right in the middle. And then I'm going to slowly add it, not on the jawline, but a little above it. Yeah. That's it. And a little bit here. I like to go a little light on the concealer. I believe
Concealer is something that you can build up, so I would suggest you always start light, and then slowly where you feel that you need to add, you can slowly build that up. So now I'm gonna use a beauty blender, and then I'm gonna blend this. I'm gonna add it on my tip as well, because that's where I would want the light to hit and bounce and look luminous, apart from the fact that I'm gonna add tons of highlighter after that. Yeah, so yeah, this is my concealer. That's how I like to personally apply it. Yeah, let's move on to the next step.
Tone, we have a lot of pigmentation, we have pink and yellow in our skin tone. I honestly haven't found a foundation or anything that I can actually completely use.
That's another great thing that she mentioned, that to find a foundation that also matches your skin, it is also very essential to look at your undertone of how well it is, whether you're warm undertone, cool or neutral. That would also help to figure out how your foundation looks like. And also for some people, depending on the kind of weather conditions, their skin color tends to change. I'm not sure that's really true for Indian skin tones, but yeah, looking at your undertone also to find your foundation is a great way to find it like a really good match.
So, a lot of correction that needs to be done on my face. So you see, the corrector has helped my skin so much. Now I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown one. Please guys, don't, I know you guys have discontinued this, but please don't. I don't really have that, my makeup artist in London Murray much more than this. So this is like something that my makeup artist in London Murray mixed for me. I take this under my eyes as well so that it all like matches and I don't look crazy.
Okay, so now she's going in with the foundation, and the one that I'm going to be using, sorry, I have to like bend over again and again because all my stuff is kept down there. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Satin Finish Foundation. If you can already tell, I'm obsessed with e.l.f. So I'm gonna take again like 2 pumps of it because I believe in building up the product. So I'm gonna take 1 and 2. Also with this foundation, this has like a mousse-like consistency. So what I like to do is, instead of taking it from the beauty blender, I first take it from my hand and then I like to apply it instead of taking it from the beauty blender because I feel like it soaks up the product and I don't want to waste it. I feel like I can see a little bit of, you know, spots which haven't quite blended. I feel it's a little, so in that case what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take up a little bit of my makeup fixer. This is by Faces Canada, and I'm gonna spray it on my beauty blender, and then I'm gonna tap it on the places where I would want the makeup to blend out. Okay, just ignore that. That didn't happen. And now, as you can see, my makeup has blended. So not only I feel like adding a little bit of makeup fixer just to like blend in the whole thing, it will ensure that makeup is also staying there and it does not move.
Let's just ignore that.
Okay, so this is the base. I think it looks good. Okay, when I move here, it's like really bright, so I'm gonna be here so you can see how it looks. I think it looks pretty good.
The eyes, which is the fun part. I'm using this NARS pencil to do this smudgy. It's
So now she's gone in with a brown eyeliner. I don't have a brown, so I have a black coal by Sugar Cosmetics. So she's taken here on the top and dragged it underneath a little bit till here, and it's not like really fine. Let's see the next step.
freaky. There's this powder that I use for contouring, which I also use as a little brown smudgy thing, which is from Benefit, which is really nice and light and brown, and so I'm using that.
So I'm gonna take this bronzer. It's by Rimmel London, and I'm gonna use this like blending brush. You can even take a brown eyeshadow and go ahead with that, but since she's using the Benefit bronzer, so I thought I'll do the same to achieve a similar sort of look that she's going for.
Dark eye is a very Indian thing because we have big eyes and beautiful eyebrows, and we always try to
That is really true. In the Indian eye makeup, I think eyes are something that we really like try to emphasize. Even in a lot of bridal makeups I've seen, eyes are like one of the really, you know, focal point of the look. So that is true. We Indians do have beautiful eyes and eyebrows. Let's just say that. Okay, so now she's taken a kajal pencil and then put it, tight line a waterline. So I'm gonna do the same, but I'm gonna be a little careful because I don't want to make it really dark. Since I used a black kajal anyway, I would try to keep it really light so it doesn't make me look like a panda. Okay, I think that something went in my eye.
It's basically this Givenchy thing. You can't see it, but there's like shine on it, and I love it. I love using brushes. I used to paint when I was.
So she's using a very nude, shimmery sort of eyeshadow to just brighten up that area.
I used to paint when I was younger, so I feel like I'm painting my face. And sometimes when I'm when I'm about to go on a shoot, just sitting in front of the mirror and getting my makeup done or doing my makeup myself is just like, it just prepares me. I started working when I was 17. I was an assistant director, and the director who was directing that film decided to cast me in his next film. And the first film that I did was when I was 20. I don't know how many films I've done, but I must have done like 20, I think. It's been a journey. It's been lovely.
I added a little bit of golden in that so it pops out a little. So I'm going to use this, and this, which is quite a lot of shades, but yeah. I don't want to overdo it because the way she puts it, it's very like slight and it does not come across as like really shiny.
The blush that I've been using for a long time is the Shu Uemura pink.
And for the blush, I'm going to be using this pencil. This is by K by Katrina, K Beauty. And this is something which is very close to the color of my lips as well and gives a very natural finish. So I'm going to use this as the blush. Now, there are two ways to apply blushes. One is obviously you can directly go in with this. Other is you can put it out here and then blend it on your skin and then apply it. I personally like to put it on my hand first, just so that I avoid putting extra here and then I have to cover it up. So what I'm gonna do I'm gonna warm it on the back of my hand. Now the other important thing is the placement of the blush. So I want to see how she does it and then
apply a little more over here. So what I also like to do is take it up and connect it with the hairline. I think this looks nice. Now we'll move on to the next step.
I'm gonna do my highlighter now. I use this palette which is like 3 different shades, but I only end up using the one which is in the middle. Okay, then I put a little bit on my brow bone, a little bit here. That's it. I don't want to do more than that. This looks painful, but this is the most important thing to make your eyes.
okay, now to the most favorite part is the highlighter. Now I would try to go a little easy on it, but I like to drown myself in highlighter. So this highlighter is by Swiss Beauty. It's the Fusion highlighter and it is this gorgeous golden color. It comes across as grayish and white ash sort of color, but this is kind of golden. I think you'll figure it out.
So I don't usually need contouring, but once you do foundation,
So for the bronzer, I'm going to use the same brush. So she goes in, ideally you would want to use a little precision brush. So for contour, I like to do this trick where you can pull in your cheeks like that and then put it on the hollows of your face, not near the blush, right underneath it. because that's where the shadows of your face would fall. Like if I were to look like this, you should be able to see that. And then I'm gonna take it here, and then I'm gonna put it on the jawline. Can you see how gorgeous that looks? So now we're gonna move to the next step.
Then I take the same brush that you do my eyeshadow with, and I just kind of a little bit. After I've done all of this,
Okay, so she again goes into her crease with the contour. So I'm gonna do the same. Here's my makeup brush, and then she puts it here to give it a little shadow and darken it a little. I'm just gonna put a little, not a lot, just right in the crease in the corners is where she's placed it.
this is me doing it. It's not some like professional makeup artist, so it works.
So now she's using a brush to blend. I would prefer this just to, you know, blend everything in, like she said. Okay, so I'm gonna use this waterproof Maybelline mascara. It's called the Hyper Curl, and this is something that I've repurchased twice because it's really good and it does not give me those chunky eyelashes. Also, I can't do my eyelashes while I'm speaking. Can you see the difference? Okay, let's do the next one. Also, when you're applying the mascara, you want to like move it zigzag a little bit, because if you keep going on the same place, it tends to accumulate and becomes really chunky. Ah. Oh god, I have already messed it up. Okay, and then I'm gonna put a little bit on the lower lash line as well. Okay, so my lip line is almost done, and like this, I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Vinyl range. Now this is like their, which shade is this? Okay, it's called 50 Wicked, and it's a really bright red shade.
Like that overline look. And I find like lips chic, you know. I think every person has a lip shape and lip size for their face. Now the last bit to make it like super Indian, I'm going to put a little bit of sindoor, since I'm married and I'm very dramatic and I'm a movie star and I'm allowed to be dramatic. This is like a sindoor liquid thing. It's only for married women. It's like to show that you're married. There are 16 things that you do when you're married, which is put kajal, put like sindoor, bangles, mangalsutra, like 16, they call it sola singar.
I'm gonna make a small bindi. Okay, that's not quite wrong. So my jhumkas look somewhat like that. Okay, my eyes look really pretty in this. So these are the kind of jhumkas that I'm gonna wear. And
I can't find my. Okay, got it.
so this is the look. Okay, I love this. I'm gonna open my hair, although she's made like a bun in this, but I'll show you this look with like how it looks with when your hair is down. And then I think I'm gonna tie this back for you guys to see how would it look. But I think this look would come together if you were to tie your hair back, because you're wearing these big chumkas and you would want the attention to be drawn to this as well. So I'm going to take my hair like this, I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to I'm struggling right now. Yeah, so this is the look. Okay, if I had to rate this look out of 10, I would give it an 11. This is the kind of look I can imagine wearing like a black blouse and like a red sari along with it. It would go really well in an Indian attire, and this is something you can probably even wear on a daily basis on, let's say, a kurta or somewhat traditional and an Indo-Western sort of a look. But yeah, this is a look that is made for a sari, that much I can say. So yeah, bye guys, this is for the look and I hope you enjoyed it. Please tell me in the comments what is a different look that you would watch me try and see, if a different celebrity look or a particular Vogue makeup beauty. That is something I really want to recreate. But yeah, this is for the channel, and yeah, thank you, bye.